Slack is one of the most useful communication platforms out here, especially if you are using it for work. In this video, I'm gonna show you exactly how to use it if you are new to it. Now, the easiest way to get started with Slack is just by going to slack.com on your computer. They do have a mobile version for Android and iPhone as well. These versions looks identical to what I'm gonna show you in this video on the web version. So let's get started. First, let's take a look on the pricing plans for Slack. Like any other website, you will find free plans and other plans which cost you money. Of course, the pro versions or the premium versions will have more features than the free ones. Here, the major primary features for the Pro and Business Plus and Enterprise Grid is the quality of the voice and video calls, plus the amount of emails or messages you can send and amount of conversations. So now let's get started. Since I already logged in Slack, here it asks me to create a new workspace. If you are new to it, you will find, instead of create a new workspace, the button of signing in. So all what you need to do is to sign up for it and create a new workspace. Let's press on create a workspace. After choosing to create a new workspace, it will ask you some basic questions like what's the type of your company and similar questions. So we will see now. Here it's asks you the name of the company or team. Let's say tutorial and press next. Asks me about my name and it gives me an option to upload my photo. However, I will just write my name and press next. Here it asks you if you want to add any colleagues. I will skip it for now because we will talk about it in details in this tutorial. Skip step, and finally it's asking me about the project we are working on. Let's say YouTube tutorial and press next. Here is the interface for Slack. Of course, when you are starting with Slack, you need to have colleagues and you need to have teammates so that you will be able to send texts, to start voice calls, and to start making channels and so on and so forth. So we will start with adding colleagues. Here it will ask you about the email of your colleague. I will just press it here and press send, and it's already sent. Let's see the message that is sent so that we will be able to accept it to proceed with more features, as we will not be able to proceed with these features in case we couldn't add this person. After accepting the invitation, here you can see the person you invited in your list. Perfect. Since Sarah accepted my invitation, she is now in my workspace. Let's say Sarah is working with multiple people, so she will have many workspaces that she need to move to and from. So if we are in her place, we can just press on tutorial, and from add workspace, you can create a new workspace or you can switch between your existing workspaces. Now let's create a new channel. You can create a new channel from here. We already have 3 channels existing. You can also create a new channel from the plus sign at the end of the list. Now, as we can see, we have 3 channels. This general channel will allow every single person in my list to see whatever I will write or add in it, because as its name implies, it's general. Here on the top right, you can see the members who will see your text in this channel. And since I already have only one contact and myself, both of them will be able to see my text here. What if I have large number of contacts and I don't want this case to be valid? I want some messages to be sent to some specific people, not to all the list I have. So by this way, you will need to create what is called a private channel. So let's try to create one, and let's name it tutorial 2. You can invite external people, however, it's only for pro versions. So let's press next. Here you have the option to create it as a public channel or a private channel. Since you asked to create a private channel, it will definitely tell you about the name or email address that you want to include in this channel, because it's the main reason why you created a private channel in the first place. So let's add Sarah and press add, and here we go. As you can see, the public channel symbol is a hashtag, while the symbol for a private channel is a lock. Great. Now let's move on to another feature, which is the messaging. But before going to messaging, there is a small feature that I want to mention, which is direct messages. It's one-to-one message. It's the same like channels. However, channels is like a group, but direct messages is one-to-one message. So now let's move to texting. Here you can write whatever you want. Let's say meeting tomorrow. You can manipulate the properties of your text from here. You can make it bold. You can make it italic. You can control the alignment and more options. You can also upload any files from here. Let's just send this text first. You can upload any file from here. You can upload from your own computer. Let's upload a specific image. And here we go. You can also schedule any message later. If you don't want to send a message now, or if you want to send a message at a time in which you will be busy, you can simply schedule for later and choose the time, or you choose custom time to identify the specific time you want. You can also manipulate every single text you send or anyone else send. You have many options here. If you selected this text, you will find on the top right some options like completed, which will add a check sign at the end of the message. You can also add some reaction. You can reply. You can forward to any other channel or any direct message, and you can save for later. You can also choose more actions to mark as unread to remind you about this message later in case you are not free for this moment. Let's say you are busy today and you want to be reminded of this message tomorrow. All what you need to do is to choose remind me about this and choose tomorrow. And then a notification here will be created for later. You also can pin this message to the channel, so it will be always pinned, so it's easier to find. And you can edit the message, delete the message, which are obviously accessible only to the one who sent the message and to the owner of the channel. And you can turn off notifications or replies from here. Perfect. You can also, in case you are in a channel that contains hundreds of people and you want to drag the attention of a specific participant, all what you need to do is to press on the @ sign and write his name. So a notification will be sent to him and it will be easier to drag his or her attention. Finally, there is a strong feature in Slack, which is the search bar here. You can search on any word and it will give you all the results of what was mentioned with this word in this channel, like this. Perfect. Now there is another feature that I would like to discuss in our tutorial, which is voice and video calls. Let's say I want to have a meeting with Sarah. So I will need to voice or video call her. Before doing so, I had to switch accounts where I signed into Sarah Sanchez's account. So I can accept the invitation in the beginning of the video, so she and Saif can both call each other. So now, since we logged in Sarah Sanchez's account, I need to call Saif account. This can be accomplished from this sign downward or from the Ctrl-Shift-Alt-H here. I prefer to just press on this one, and here we started a call. So if you want to access more features for the call, you can just press on the open menu window and you will see many options here. You can mute your account, you can enable your camera, you can share screen, you can add reaction, and you can have many options here like invitation for people, like you can copy the link so that other people can join the call, and more options here. You can also share any link you want. And finally, you can leave the meeting from here. Perfect. Finally, you can change your status from here. So you can set yourself as away so as not to appear as active in front of other teammates. You can also pause notifications for the time you want. So if you are busy today, you can pause notifications until tomorrow. So that was our tutorial for Slack. I hope you found this useful. Please give this video a thumbs up and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.